nagsasabi na kailangan pa rin siya i-proclaim ng COMELEC. Like Senator Angara, sabi niya, kailangan pa siyang i-proclaim, magkaroon pa rin ng proclamation ng COMELEC.
I don't know the exact technicality, because theoretically, ang nagpro-proclaim kasi sa Presidente at Vice President, yung National Board of Canvassers, which is Congress acting as National Board of Canvassers. Senators kasi, COMELEC ang nagpro-proclaim. But usually, for example, if you win a RTC or MTC case sa protesta, yung decision na yon would be sufficient for you to go to a judge or anyone who can take oath and then mag-swear in ka na. So, ang alam ko, enough na yung SET, but if COMELEC or maybe the COMELEC and SET will talk whether they will have that formality. No.
Sir, once na maproklama si Coco, counted ba kay Subiri as one term yung 4.5 years na na-perform niya sa Senate o counted yun para kay Subiri, kay Coco?
I may be wrong, but ang alam ko, pag napalitan ka and consider na nandaya ka or hindi ikaw dapat ang nakaupo doon, hindi considered na one term sa'yo. But kung resignation lang, considered na one term. So meaning, if Coco Pimentel is not proclaimed and he does not become senator by June 30, 2013, then it's considered one term for Senator Subiri. But under existing jurisprudence, if you're removed, it's considered na hindi ka nakaupo. No? It's really up to the SET, but it will really depend on whether or not Senator Subiri is withdrawing his counter-protest. Pag tinanggal yung counter-protest, days, weeks, baka matagal na ang months. But pagka nandiyan pa rin yung counter-protest, it may take much longer.
Pero bali, di ba effectively withdraw na yun, if you recall these revisors?
Based on his statement sa radio station yesterday, yes. But the SET cannot act based on news reports. There will have to be a formal manifestation or pleading filed by the lawyers of Senator Subiri.
I think I heard Subiri say also today that he is sending his lawyer to inform the SET to recall that the revisors are being recalled and that he has resigned.
I have no reason to doubt that Senator Subiri will do what he said in his interviews.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, paano na po yung mga bills at saka yung committee ni Senator Zubiri? Ano na pong mga mangyayari doon?
Well, yung bills, kung meron iba naman na nag-author then it will go on. Pero yung siya lang nag-author, someone would have to refile it. Yung committees, it will be up to the majority kung kanino mapupunta yung committees.
Sir, paano makaka-apekto yung pagpasok ni Attorney Coco sa team Congress? Magiging, saan siya? Minority, majority, or allocate siya sa minority?
Well, we'll cross the bridge when we get there, no? But someone asked me that yesterday, will it affect the balance of power in the Senate? I said that there's only 3 in the minority. So even if 3, 4 ang dumagdag sa minority, medyo heavily balanced pa rin towards the majority. But in the sense that there are laws or there are constitutional provisions that require a certain number of senators to pass a bill, a treaty, etc., then one member will, for example, kung natuloy yung impeachment, diba, sa impeachment, minsan 2/3 ang kailangan mo. And of course, you never know. Because, in the Senate, the officers serve at the pleasure of their fellow members or colleagues, no? Whether it's the majority leader, minority leader, the Senate president. So you never know. But I don't see any immediate changes, or I don't see if and when Attorney Pimentel joins the Senate. No, I don't think one man will by himself, no, unless there are other circumstances, would dictate a major shake-up. No? I don't see that.
Yung mga committee chairmanship na hawak ni Senator Bill, will it automatically mapupunta?
No. The majority can decide to give any committee to a new member, withhold any committee. So, in the same manner, remember that Senator Mix nahuli siya ma-proclaim. So actually, binigyan din siya ng committees, but yung major committees, hawak na nung iba, hindi rin transfer sa kanya.
Is it safe to assume that he will join the minority, considering his father was once the minority leader?
I wouldn't want to assume just because I'd like him to be the one to announce himself where he'd be comfortable with. I mean, he is also very close, to certain members in the administration. And remember, in the Senate, minority majority depends on how you voted for the Senate President and not on what your political party or alliance is. So I'd rather wait if and when it happens and then let him make his own decision. Of course, he'll be an asset and a welcome addition, to either group.
That's it. Ruby tayag muna.
Sir, considering...
May mic yata dyan.
Yes, sir. Considering na sinasabi ang resignation ni Senator Zubiri ay dahil sa aligasyon ng dayaan, pero hindi niya ina-admit na siya ay nandaya, posible po ba siyang maging witness or maaari po ba siyang ipatawag ng Senado sa kanilang plano na imbestigahan yung 2004 and 2007 fraud sa election?
Theoretically, tama ka. Because you cannot call a fellow member or a member of the House. May parliamentary courtesy. But if you're no longer a member and your name was mentioned, you may be called. But I think partially that's why he resigned. One, to spare his family from the pain. No? Number two, so that he cannot be accused of using his position to protect himself or his position. No? Theoretically, that may be true, but I do believe we'll exercise some sort of courtesy, unless the investigation completely warrants calling him or whatever.
Sir, may tuturing ba siyang credible witness? Kasi sinasabi niya hindi nga siya nandaya, wala siyang alam. Pero baka may alam siya na kumilos at na nag-benefits din naman po siya or kung sino man po dito sa 2007.
Personally, kasi ako, I don't believe in the concept of credible or witnesses na hindi credible. Ako kasi ang paniniwala ko, put them on the stand and whether credible sila o hindi, tignan mo yung sagot. So, kung nagsasabi ng totoo, okay. Kung hindi nagsasabi ng totoo, magagamit mo pa rin yung witness na yon to show that he's lying. Diba? So, for example, inimbitahan si First Gentleman. I don't believe that he'll tell the truth. Diba? But, I do believe pa rin my purpose, yung him being there, and I'm willing to listen and give him the benefit of the doubt. No? And just mentioning that, Manong Jun, may I just say that I do personally believe na ang former first gentleman, ang FFG, ay magti-TNT, no? Or magtatago ng tago sa Senado or from other probes, no? They keep saying that sa tamang venue or legal process, the Senate investigation is part of the legal process and is a correct venue. His health is always a priority, and we should respect that and pray for him when he does need medical care. But nagtaka lang ako na St. Luke siya parate, even in terms of emergency. But pag may Senate hearing, biglang sa Hong Kong na yung kanyang doktor, no? And I do believe that the Senate can make preparations and can talk to his people to make sure that we can manage the stress levels of the hearing, no? Including the time, including the manner of asking questions. No? I can assure him that we will be gentlemen and the ladies will be proper, will be ladies when we ask the questions, and we will, just like the bishops did not protest how they were treated in the Senate, but they cannot keep dodging the ball. Sooner or later, they'll have to appear and they have to be accountable. So the former first gentleman was already invited for the August 11 hearing. I do suspect and I do expect that he will say that, medical, he cannot come home or whatever, no? Kaya sabi ko magti-TNT.